Ugh. Well, it happened. We had one. A beautiful little baby girl, little Camila Rose. Man, she is something special. Especially when she's asleep. That's when she's the sweetest. Because when she's not, let's rewind a little bit. So if you follow me closely, you know that we've been trying to have a baby for years. Literally after numerous doctor's visits and everyone saying that, you both are fine, but, sometimes this just doesn't happen for people. It's not motivating. And after reviewing a lot of different options, we decided to go with what's called IUI and potentially IVF. If you don't know what those are, I'll have you listen to someone that's a lot more smarter than me talk about it. Right.
Artificial insemination, which...
So it's like turkey basting.
Everyone says turkey baster. It's a catheter, y'all.
Well, it just sounds better.
I guess.
Yeah. So they take my boys.
Yeah, and I have to take a bunch of shots to trigger my body to ovulate at the right time. We did first round of IVF, which that entails a lot. Lots of shots, medications, just for the egg retrieval. And that's the first time I've ever had a surgery. You do egg retrieval, and then after that, they do the incubation and, they fertilize, see which ones make it, which we ended up with 8 by the end of all that.
And those 8 embryos are my guys and your eggs in a petri dish.
Yeah. So those are the embryos that would get transplanted. Then after that, you have to be on a schedule with your cycle. They put you on birth control to kind of control that.
But the good news is finally after 2 years and a lot of money and a lot of stress, we did it. Well, the wife did it. As much as I am team man, we don't do a whole lot. In fact, we only do one thing. And 100% of the time, it's actually pleasurable. So there's nothing unpleasant about what we do. So even for me, I had to do it in a cup. And that was amazing. Not, as good as the other stuff, but it's good. It's more awkward than anything, right? And if you really don't think that women go through a lot, why don't you just go ahead and Google women giving birth, if you dare. Now, on top of the actual labor, which is brutal as it is, my wife in particular, thousands of women out there a year, had to go through this process of IUI and IVF, which, it's a lot of medication, it's a lot of shots and various drugs that you have to put everywhere. All this is in order to jumpstart her oven, so I could start baking my cookies. It's ridiculous what they put them through. Now, the worst of it is, obviously you have to do all this stuff, but the odds are stacked against you. IUI and IVF. And for us, we had to do both. And there's no guarantee that any of this happens. So you're spending all this money. It could end up being a waste and you might have to go another route. But thankfully for us, it took 2 years, but through a half dozen rounds of these treatments. But they ended up doing blood work on that last round and they gave us a call.
I have really good news for you guys.
Do you really?
Yes, I do. You're pregnant.
Oh my God.
Yay!
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You worked really, really hard, so give yourself a pat on the back.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Really, really, really good news, and your numbers look fantastic. So you've done really well.
Best day ever. Thank you so much.
So we fast forward 9 months later, 1 baby shower and hundreds of impromptu food runs for my wife. We did it. We made it to the hospital. And if you've ever been in that situation, that is just a level of stress on its own for both parties and uncomfortable and awkward and you never get any sleep. So maybe I'll do a whole video on that. If you want to see a video on that, maybe let me know and I'll do a BTS. If you're expecting a child, everyone always tells you, oh, just wait until, their first blowout or just wait until terrible twos. Just wait. That phrase is so triggering because you hear that the whole time. But another one is get your sleep now because you won't be able to sleep later. As if you can compile sleep and save it for later. Nothing can prepare you for these first couple weeks because it has been brutal. I got to tell you, especially the first week, her getting used to it. But you don't really understand that she's never breathed oxygen, right? So she's getting used to that. She's spitting up and coughing up and, blowing out all the gunk. She was essentially Matrix style, stuck in a tube full of just this liquid. And she's just getting used to this environment. It's kind of scary to watch her struggle because for the first week, at least for us, she was crying for no reason. You know, we would change her, we'd feed her, we'd burp her, and then, you know, she just would cry. And by the way, those cries, if you're a new parent and you have a newborn, those cries get to a level that I didn't know a human could take it to, especially something that weighs 6 pounds. I don't know how this comes out of her face. It's crazy. And, you know, on top of that, she also has to eat every 2 hours. And the wife, thank goodness, is able to pump. So there's pumping and I hold the baby, then we feed the baby, then we try to eat. And there's just so much involved in trying to manage that time that, you know, it becomes stressful. If you factor in a pet, like we have a dog, you got to take them out and you got to make sure they come in and they're still getting used to the baby as well, right? But, you know, and then you factor in what the wife has to go through as well. By the way, you're not just changing the baby's diapers. Yeah, so if, you know, women go the natural route like my wife did, TMI, you're going to be dealing with some stuff. So she's also dealing with that and there's stress and pain involved there. So obviously the spouse has to take a lot of the responsibility, which obviously is the least we could do. But you know, that again is also stressful too, and you're not getting sleep. But when you're sleep deprived and you're waking up every couple hours to feed her, to change her, or you can't go to sleep because you have anxiety that, you know, God forbid something happens while you're sleeping, like you always have that in the back of your head too. It's the level of like stress that your mind is going through. It's like there's constant inflammation when you're so stressed out. It's been crazy. But I got to tell you though, I talk a lot about what we've been dealing with, but the pros outweigh the cons by a long shot. Like specifically going back to the hospital when she was born, when she came out and cried the first time, I didn't realize I wanted to be a father until that moment. Then when they were taking care of my wife and they brought her over to the warmer to do her shots and to clean up the baby, I got a chance to go over there and she heard my voice for the first time. And for a split second, she stopped crying to hear. And it's almost like she remembered all the times that I was reading children's books to her, all the mornings that I said, "Good morning, Camila." I think she could tell. And when she grabbed my finger for the first time, I was like, I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe I wanted this so much. And now she's just amazing. But listen, all that said, as a new parent, I could tell you this. It's going to be hard, and kids are not for everybody. But there is a level of love that goes into your heart that you didn't know existed. They unlock something that you haven't felt, like I haven't felt to my wife or to my parents. It's this level of care and love that I don't think you would experience with anything else. So if you want that feeling, I think kids should be on the table for you because it's just, I mean, there's nothing like it. And yeah, there's a lot of responsibility and they cost a lot of money, but you know, what else do you got to do? What else is more important? What, the new iPhone? A bigger house? Why? So you can buy more shit? To me, this is what life is about. The fact that you can instill wisdom on them, I'm really looking forward to trying to be the best parent that I could be. And being side by side with my wife is great because she knows a lot and she's teaching me a ton. And to do this together with her is, you know, a true blessing. I'd love to know what you think if you're a parent out there, especially if you're a new parent. Have you dealt with some of these issues and do you want to hear about some more of the stuff? I'm thinking about maybe doing more videos around this content because either way I'm documenting the journey and that way eventually she can see this stuff because I think that would be really cool. My father did that for me with capturing moments of me as a child, so I want to do the same thing to her. So if you want to hear more, subscribe, let me know in the comments what you think. And to all the parents out there, stay strong, stay healthy. We're with you. Peace.